Hi, I'm Jeff Mendoza for Style by Asia. When you think about street art, what comes to mind? Or urban aesthetics and art? I've recently interviewed Irish artist Fin DAC and what it means to be an urban contemporary artist today. Take a look. It's a night of celebration for urban contemporary artist Fin DAC, and tonight it's about showcasing his print artworks entitled The Nadishiku at J Plus Hotel by You. 10 of his most iconic street art pieces were presented to friends and admirers of his art. I sat down with the self-taught and non-conformist artists. How would you define street art today?
Well, street art today has changed an awful lot from even when I first started. I mean, one of the main reasons that I started traveling was because my work really didn't fit in London. The aesthetic of street art back then was quite masculine.
What era? What years would you
We're talking only 4 years ago. Because London is one of the epicenters of street art. It was one of the earliest epicenters of street art, and so you had a visual language that was already defined by graffiti and by Banksy and other stencil artists, and my work isn't like that. It just didn't fit in at all. But I didn't care. I didn't want it to fit in. What I wanted to do was I just wanted to paint what I wanted, and that would enable me to stand out because it didn't look like anybody else's. But the negative reactions that I got in London just made me think, okay, well, there's no point in me putting my work here. I'll go somewhere else and put it in places where it's going to be more appreciated.
Fin DAC's latest solo collection was first created for his show in Venice, California. He used a unique printing format on bamboo and brushed aluminum. Women are his main inspiration.
There's a reason why I've chosen Asian women as my main subject, for sure. And it's because of the fact that, you know, in the West there's a lot of guys who've got this weird fixation on Asian women, and it's obviously based on a sexual kind of thing. And also there's these myths about Asian women, whether it's Chinese or Thai or Japanese, about them being weak and subservient and to be used as sex objects and stuff like that. And I really wanted to counteract that by painting admittedly very young girls, but painting them in a way where they looked empowered and strong and not to be messed with, and certainly not to be looked at in those kind of ways.
Is that why you painted sort of a mask around the eyes, some form of a superhero kind of feel to it? A vibe?
That is a popular opinion, but I don't actually ever tell my opinion on it. There's reasons why I paint the mask, even though I don't even call it a mask, because it doesn't hide anything. A mask usually hides something. So the way that people look at the work is actually much more interesting to me than the way I look at the work, because my opinion actually shouldn't matter. What matters is the people who view it and what they think and what they get from it. You know, I'm contacted by enough girls all the time who want me to paint them because of the way that I paint women. I paint them in a very good way. I paint them in a strong way, and a lot of girls want to be that type of character. Well, maybe they're not that character in real life, but if they can be that character in a painted fashion, then, you know, that sort of is a substitute. I think there are far too many occasions where women are looked down upon or not treated in the same way that we would treat a man.
Go to Central and you'll find Fin DAC's only public artwork, but this time a woman and a man sport his famous quote-unquote masks for everyone to see. When asked about the message that he wants to send out, he says,
Actually, I don't ever think about that, because it's the same thing with my opinion of my work. I don't think it's important. What's important is what people take from it naturally. Like when I go to a gallery, if I'm looking at a piece of work on the wall, I don't want to be told what to feel. You know, you get this little placard next to like some abstract work, and it tells you that it's about deeper things that you just don't see yourself. If you don't see it, then that artist's explanation for me is irrelevant. Art is about feeling. If you don't feel the art, then that's all that there is to it. You shouldn't be dictated to about what you should get from a piece of art. you should get what you want from it. Even if what you get from it is completely different to what the artist is intending, that doesn't matter. It's about how you feel when you see it, how you react, what you get from it, and what you take away from it as well.
Now that wraps up my interview with urban contemporary artist Fin DAC. For Style by Asia, I'm Jeff Mendoza. Until next time.